step, as fast or as slow as you want to go, for you to do what you want to do with the business. Okay? It helps you develop new skills. I honestly didn't know I was prize motivated until they kept dangling all these prizes out there. So sometimes you don't know what's inside of you until it's offered to you. Lots of encouragement. New friends, which again, I mean, sisterhood. Awesome. And just even, and I think we talked about this before, the ability at your age and stage of life to get on a quality skincare program at wholesale costs is the best thing in the world you could do for your face. Really, it really is, because, I mean, it's yours at half price, so of course you're going to use it. This better explains, and I will, you'll go home with this, but this shows you exactly what comes in the kit. It's actually over $410 worth of actual retail product. This is the picture of the product, so it's actually like 2 miracle sets, oil-free eye makeup remover, mascara, and then there's optional foundation bundles that you can, order with your kit. And then, and it's beautiful, it's actually packaged over there. You get 25 to 35 samples and products to sample on your first customers. Your mirror and tray setup comes in there, training materials come in there, and that gets your foot in the door then to say, okay, now what am I going to do with this business? Okay? And here's how it works. First, you say yes before anything. I mean, if you said yes to this, then we would kind of take these steps. Realize that you're buying a product for $1, you're selling it for $2. We would discuss, okay, so what do I want to do in my first 60 or 90 days? And that helps you kind of make that first step decision on, do I want product, do I not want product? Okay? And here, this is unique too. We are purchasing products directly from the Mary Kay company. They are delivered to your door by UPS. There's one wholesaler. Ours actually comes from a place in Illinois, and one retail sale. So that's like a dual marketing plan. That's kind of what we call it. And if you said yes, we'd order your kit, and I would have you start writing down the names of every woman that you knew that had skin. And that's kind of the start of it. So, if you did this, I'm just going to ask you a few of these questions. If you could see yourself doing it, what did you hear that might make you think, I think I could enjoy that? The prizes! That's what I like. Did she see the shoes? Did you hear about the ruby ring? It takes 2 hours to do an appointment. So let's just pretend that you said yes. How many appointments do you think you could do in a week if it took 2 hours to do an appointment?
I don't know, because I've been a mom.
So maybe one.
Yeah, I guess I'd probably start with one.
And that's a great place to start. A great place to start. Do you think if you watched me do what we do, that you could learn it? Because you know what we do? We read, we point, and we squirt.
And we smile.
I bet you can, and we shake our head yes. Yes, we do. So I'm not going to go any further with that. This is just some of Mary Kay's words of wisdom there. So what I am going to have you do as we just kind of talk through the night is just maybe write down the pros of doing the business and the cons, just for your own, our personal conversation. Because I am going to guess that you maybe don't even know a lot of pros right now, but your cons are going to probably be based on fear, because most are, and that's a typical thing. That really is a very, normal feeling when you're, going into something that, I don't know if I can do this. I don't think any of us did know if we could do it. But did you find the information interesting? Anything needing clarification that I talked about? Now, here is what I will ask of you, because this little sheet right here says the sleep test. What I would love for you to do. Now, here's a couple little things that might happen when you go to sleep tonight. You may not sleep, because you may be thinking, oh, if you're out and about tomorrow and you look at a woman and you think, oh my gosh, is that lipstick shade awful? You're closer than you think. If you dream, if you sleep and you dream about half-price signs, just call me in the morning, I'll be right over. Because you're closer than you think. If you toss and turn all night, you're closer than you think. If you go to sleep and you don't think about this again, either this night, these fabulous women, anything I told you, then it isn't for you. Because, then we didn't impact you in any way that would be like, hey, I think I want to be part of that. But I think when you said at the beginning, I don't know, I've never done anything like this, I don't know what I could do. That's that scary voice of, no, you can't do this. So I would encourage you to listen to this guy over here, which is the hope and possibility of what this could do for your family. And I think as a mom, and I started the business when my boys were up, mine were like 3 and 1, and then I had another one. And it's a scary thing, but I knew that my goal was to stay home with them. So, and again, somebody said tonight, I don't want to do a 9-to-5 job or, those types of things. And maybe you don't have to, but wouldn't it be great to relieve your husband of some of those financial responsibilities? And you could make him a very happy man if you came in and made something like this work. And you know what? If it didn't, if you decided it wasn't for you, you heard the way out. There's an easy way out that, is cost effective for you as well. So my prayer for you would be to go home, sleep on it. I'm not going to give you like a year to make this decision. Although if you said I need a year, I'll give you a year. But I would encourage you to think very seriously about it. And because it's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be the right time. Because that same distance home, those lights are never going to be all green at the same time. Really, on the Beltline, they never will be. Drives me crazy. So don't think that all of a sudden, one morning, you're going to wake up and there's a, yes, Carrie, today's the day, call the path. Because that's not going to happen. It's you making the decision to say, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. At least I can try it. And listen to that voice of hope and possibility. So I will follow up with you just to see what you dreamt about, what you thought about, and I'll send you with a little bit more information tonight. Okay?
I have one question.
Good.
How do you guys get your customer base? Like, if I'm hounding like my friends and family to death, they're never going to answer the phone anymore.
I will tell you, you do start with friends and family.
Yeah.
But here's how I did that. And suddenly, I said yes to this business and suddenly thought I knew no one. You know how your mind just shuts down, thinking, I don't know anybody here. And everybody I knew everybody. So what I did, let's say I had 5 people that I begged to do a party for me. And I really did, and I didn't have to because they said yes, but, mentally, or whatever. Those words come with training, by the way, as well, how to ask properly. So they may have all known each other, but I had each person invite 3 to 5 people I did not know. And I will tell you, when you are quickly, there is some comfort in starting with people you know, but I will tell you, once you are outside of that circle of friends and family, and the faster you can get there, the more your business will grow and the more comfortable you will become. So if each of these people invite 3 to 5 people you don't know, you are now in a position where you went from 5 people you knew to 25 people. And then you're ready to kind of take off. And again, we teach you how to get a booking from your booking, and so you will quickly advance into other necks of the wood other than friends and family. But that's a great question. Anybody want to add to that?
It's not who you know, it's who they know.
Yeah. And there's a lot, if you ever think everybody has skin. And if you ever wonder, I mean, just go sit in the mall and look at all the people you don't know. And we have ways through referral, you know, we give you like some referral scripts and words to say. We have facial boxes that you can put out, and you call them fish bowls. So there's ways to get your word out other than friends and family. But really, your best place to start is friends and family. Just get outside of it as quickly as you can. It's a very good question. Other questions? That may be something on this little sheet.
Like, trying to get through, I used to do facial stuff, and then, you know, too many parties.
You know, that's so interesting, because that's where I think it's difficult, because the more people you talk to, the more opinions you're gonna get, and the more negative you're gonna get. Because the truth of the matter is that they're thinking, oh my gosh, does she dare do that? I would never dare do that. So they're trying to rain on your parade that you haven't really even started yet. So you will find naysayers everywhere you go. And that is part of the business, and that is part of the strength that you gain as you go through this, because, you know.
If you can get through friends and family, then you're pretty good.
Yeah, then you're
because
golden.
they're your, you know,
They're the
hecklers,
worst.
they want to freeze their head
I would dare say more of my friends don't buy from me than do. If that makes you feel any better. It doesn't make me feel great. What was that, Jennifer?
I have a niece here now, she buys lots from me. You're crazy for doing that.
So it's your decision, Carrie, you know? Yes.
If there are, what did we say, 2 million consultants, and it's only on 10% of the basis.
That's a good question, there's not enough consultants. Ding, 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 ding.
They don't talk to enough people.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, there's just a lot of, and you know, there's great products out there. There just needs to be more Mary Kay people putting it on more faces. And that's a global number, 2 million globally. So. Another question in the field at all? Could anybody share with Carrie how you overcame the fear of where she's at right now? And I don't want, 12 different, but does somebody just feel they have an answer for her with that? Was anybody not afraid?
I was horribly afraid when I first started 3 years ago, and I had no intention, seriously, of being a Mary Kay, active Mary Kay consultant. I wanted to be a discount, I want to be able to buy my product at 50% off in meetings, parties, and then once I started coming to the training on Monday nights, it was wrap. I mean, once you start feeling comfortable with the knowledge you gain from being here and the educational information that you get, and all of a sudden your confidence builds and builds. Mine built slowly because I was scared to death. My first party was like, I shook the whole time, and we used the flip books, and I was, and I was reading, and my voice was shaking, and Sam was there, and she's like, Valerie, I don't think I've ever seen you this nervous, because I'm really not a nervous person, but it's very normal, and I think it just takes, once you make the decision to do it, and it's just, you build that self-confidence, and it helps a lot. But I had that same fear.
Yeah, when I first started, I think I looked at my kid for 2 weeks. And then finally, the director, when they tell you to make your list and so forth and so on, so finally I just decided, okay, I'm bigger than this. I went ahead and made the calls, got the classes booked, and $1,200, over $1,200 in my first week.
Wow.
So it's just
50% of which goes in your pocket. That's the best part.
So, any other questions you want to ask of them?
What's the average time that you guys have been selling Mary Kay? Are there a lot of newbies or people that have been doing it?
3 years.
16, or 6.
20 years.
Kelly would be 3 years. Ten.
Jennifer?
24
years?
I'm 5 months.
Kaylin?
Caitlin, not a year.
6 years if I would've stayed in full-time and been 20.
You know what was interesting, and Kelly, you can actually are you still recording?